All right, welcome back to the Align Strength podcast, where we align mind, body, and spirit to build the strongest version of you. Today, I am thrilled to welcome Jolie Glassman to the show. Jolie is a world-renowned mindset trainer, mentor, author, and coach with over 35 years of experience helping people transform their lives. She's also the powerhouse owner of the famous South Beach Boxing Gym and the author of 101 Rules to Being a Champion of Your Own Life and 1,000 plus questions to ask yourself to become the champion of your own life. Her passion is helping people break free from limiting beliefs, rewrite their past, and step boldly into the brighter, stronger future. Get ready for some real talk, real results, and practical tips you can start applying today. Welcome, Jolie.
Yay, thanks. Have fun.
Yes. All right, Jolie. Well, you've built an incredible career as a mindset trainer, author, and the owner of your gym that you have. For listeners who may not know you yet, can you share a little bit about your journey and what inspired you to dedicate your life to helping others transform?
Okay, well, I don't think I didn't want to be a teacher growing up. I got a bachelor's in chemistry originally, and I grew from adversity. I ran away at 15. So when I finished my bachelor's, I wanted to get out and get on the road and be done. And I was like, what's the quickest degree I need to finish? How do I get out? There was no way I was going to med school after that. So I went to the guidance counselor and they're like, oh, we have a teaching 2-year scholarship. You got to teach 2 years free. And it's in the inner cities. It was called Focus for our children in urban settings. And I had tumultuous home life. So I was like, whatever, I just need it. Okay, I'll do it. And there went my calling. Like I found my calling of teaching out of the desperation of just finding something quick to branch off to because I knew I didn't want to be a doctor. And then I really love the problem kids. I love the ones that nobody wanted. I used to teach in prisons and lockdowns and detention centers. And I would, because teachers don't make much money, I would teach fitness after school, spinning, step, everything back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then after school, I was like, okay, how do I meld all this together? I met my ex-husband and he was from England. So he wanted to open a business in America to get his papers. And he was going to do an English pub, a bowling alley, or a boxing gym. And I just heard gym because that's what I did. I taught fitness. And I was like, oh, gym. Okay. And then I always say God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called, because there went my beautiful life of being called to serve, because I was always teaching fighting without knowing what fighting was, because when I was in the inner cities, my classroom management technique was to let the kids fight. They'd be like, how's this girl, this little white girl? I was an only white girl in all black schools. And they'd say, how does this girl get the kids in order? And I'd say, I let them fight one-on-one. I move the chairs, I facilitate the fighting, and I let them fight. And I thought boxing was not that. I thought what I was doing was more revolutionary than I thought boxing was just fighting. I remember even seeing a Tyson fight in the early 90s, late 80s maybe. And I was like, ugh, is this almost over? Like, what is this? And then when I owned my gym and I got punched in the face, I was like, whoa, I probably wouldn't have gone back for more if I didn't own the place. And then I got to transform my own life through the sport of boxing and being around heroes. And I have my gym almost 30 years. So I have kids programs. I have a kids charity. We lived the lives of famous boxers. Muhammad Ali did a bunch of birthdays at my gym, and every boxer trained and retired in my gym. Roberto Duran, Bernard Hopkins, all the Camachos. Tyson wrote the back of my book. So I got really close to lots of fighters and being on the hero's journey of seeing what it's like to be a hero and champions train when no one's watching, and that whole concept of what it takes to be a champion. And then I just wrote my books during COVID when I saw that parents were at a loss. I meld everything together, being my teaching. My teaching is my core. I'm a teacher to the roots from my beginning. And I saw there's no personal development books in school. All these kids have a mental health crisis. It's such a mess. They send them to the social worker. They're all on meds. They eat the food. They need the drug. It's just a mental health mess. So I wrote my books for parents. Fitness and personal development are age not discriminatory. The parents can do it with the kids. They both need it. So I wrote this book to be a companion curriculum for being a champion in your life. And both books go together. Every rule has a set of questions to ask yourself, because the best answers come from the best questions, to ask yourself to become the champion of your own life. When I had my motorcycle accident is when, I love how your podcast, that's actually what resonated with me. And I know a lot of people throw out mind, body, spirit, and we throw out the words, but for yours is really connecting the three. And my whole life, I always taught mind, body, mind, body, mind, body, body, fitness, mind. And I didn't believe in God till I meditated. So I got in a really bad motorcycle, accident, split my head open, and herniated 11 discs, and then followed Joe Dispenza because I wanted to heal my back like he healed his back. So, right, success leaves clues, and who could I find that did what I want to do and how I want to do it? And then went my relationship with God. So I got really deep into meditation about, I don't know, 10 or 12 years ago. Never skip a day, really got the spirit connection, and just how it's the over umbrella of it all. There's no mind body without the spirit connection, and how it really just transformed my life, my nervous system. I really got clear on all that matters is regulating my nervous system, and that I was going to heal through my nervous system regulation. And then I learned all the modalities and somatic experiences of healing and tapping and meditation and stretching, and just head move somatic exercises, and just whatever it takes to regulate my nervous system to heal, and took life into my own hands. So I live to learn so I can teach, because I'm really good at repackaging people's complex ideas and put them into frameworks where people can understand it and run with it.
Very good. Very good. I love your story and what brought you here today and how you came together. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Then, when you stay on the same path, you keep deepening the learning of it, right? And then we realize we don't know anything, and then we know, and how much can we know? And you just keep deepening your practices and your understanding. I always say I wish I could live as I want to be infinite only to master my meditation. Like the more I can, even though when I'm die, I'm sure I'll be the master because we all go back to source. So there will be my mastery. But yet I love living in such a way where I'm so clear that God and source is in me and all around me, and I tap into it and I generate elevated emotions. So I teach people. I have my NLP master practitioner license from Richard Bandler, who created it. So I'm really good at flipping people's mindsets, getting rid of unwanted behaviors, getting people to quit smoking, quit cigarettes, quit vaping, quit and fast, not therapy, super quick, switching out their stories and their pictures and their ideas and everything they have around it. So I love flipping people's mindsets where they don't believe something's possible, and 15 minutes later, it's not only possible, they have it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One of your core teachings is about becoming the champion of your own life. What are your thoughts on rewriting your past to create a better future? And how can someone start that process?
Yeah. So first of all, our pasts are running our life, right? And it's what we file in the future. So basically we file our past into the future for future reference. And then we have no way of showing up other than what we had in our past. So if I told you you were going to jail next week, you'd be miserable every day till then. And you'd be super sullen and pissed off, obviously, but it's not happening right now. It's in the future. And if I said you were winning the lottery next week, you'd be ecstatic every day till then, spending all your money as if you had it now. But it's not now, it's in the future. So it's the future that gives you your being now in the present. So I get awareness is the first step, right? Of being aware of that conscious programming that's constantly going on in your head that's not real, that's all made up. Most of our memories, even though people are yes, that did happen, yet the story around it is made up, and it doesn't have to be so heavy and significant and limiting as well. So I get people to, a lot of times I'll ask people what are you thinking about when you're doing the push-ups? And they'll go nothing. I'm well, you are thinking of something. Let's take a step back and start to notice the thoughts that are going on through your head. So I like people to notice what's going on in their head. And then we can start dissecting it. Where did you get that from? When did you have that? How long has that been around? And I disprove it being true. I work with them to say well, has that ever not happened? Give me an instance where that's not true. Right. And then we so It's all about reframing things to be there's never, ever, ever, ever a reason to have a disempowering context in your head. So whatever is disempowering people is they are in their own way. My second rule in my book is wherever you go, there you are. So it's all made up. Nothing is, it's all your perceptions. And why not, if you're making it up, make up something good?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, from your perspective, what role does mindset play in overcoming past stories and stepping into a more like empowered version of yourself?
Well, mindset is everything. Your mindset is everything. What we think is how we feel, is how we act, is how we move. So that's the point of meditation, is to generate elevated emotions so you can think and do and be better. So the mindset is, I mean, that's why, I mean, me and you are in fitness, which is so great because a lot of times, and so many people go, oh, you're a fitness trainer. And they discredit, they think it's like, oh, well, that's fitness, but we do like therapy over here. No, no, no. I need you to move because I want you to feel better so you can think better. So a lot of times when I coach someone, if they're not already fit, and it's funny, most of the people I coach are already fit. I'm dealing with other stuff with them. So, but I always say, like, hey, go run around the block and call me back, or go do 50 push-ups and call me back, because they're like, ugh. So the mindset is everything. So move your body, change your mindset. And then we can start addressing what's going on because they're going to think better. So mindset's everything. Move your body and change your mindset.
Absolutely. I agree.
I mean, we feel like when we're done with the workout, we feel like, woohoo, solving world peace.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I have many clients that the reason they're working out is for their mind, for
Yeah.
their, like that's their stress reliever. It's all their mind is pushing them, to
Which is
work out.
so great. And that's the point. That's actually the point you want to get someone to, because I actually
Yes.
realized before I did NLP that I wasn't into health and wellness. I was into looking good. So I did all my workouts
Mhm.
to look good. And then I had freedom. Freedom was above, like doing what I want when I want was above health. So I was like that night binger and the person that would eat the cookies when no one was watching. And I was like, oh, I'm not into health. I was into looking good. So I had to switch my whole value system to move health over freedom, that when there was a choice between the two, right, then we create parameters. So it's like, all right, I like to do what I want when I want. Yet when there's a cookie or there's like a salad, I'm going to choose the salad because I actually like them both the same. And I'd rather have the salad in my body than the cookie. So it's choosing what'll be better for me healthy wise.
Yep. Very good. Your book, 101 Rules to Being the Champion of Your Own Life, draws on the principles of boxing. What are a few life lessons? Oh, love it. Love it. I want to see that. Oh,
yeah, there it is. Mike Tyson wrote the back. He said, no one better to have in your
oh
corner
my gosh,
than me.
that is awesome.
Yeah,
what are a few life lessons from the boxing ring that people can apply to build resilience and confidence in everyday life?
Oh my God, that's my whole book. So I tell people it's like the 8 ball, like open to any page and read the one for the day. Or you can look in the table of contents. So like the table of contents, and they're all boxing lessons and they're all life lessons, like well, anything that you chase mastery. Like every time people would read my book, they're like, I should write this in basketball. I'm like, do it. I should write this for baseball. Yes. Because when you're chasing mastery, that's mastery, right? So it's like whatever you do, how you do one thing is how you do everything. But some of my rules are: always chase the perfect punch. Wherever you go, there you are. Believe in yourself. Confidence is key. Develop the internal immunity of grit. Willingness to sacrifice. Own your own power. Commitment to excellence. Know yourself. Be strategic. Dig deep. Don't be a follower. Train to win. Be intentional. See everything. Be resilient. Face your fears head on. Believe it, then you will see it. Prepare for the unexpected, appreciate, have gratitude. So these are all, you'd be like, wait, these are for me in my life. And yeah, this is what it takes for a boxer to be a champion. So, and then I apply it. You never really see a YouTube video that's motivational without a boxing scene. You always see the champion in the end, and the boxers are one-on-one. No one's coming to save you. It's a very heroic and sad, lonely sport, because it's lonely while you're climbing to the top of being a champion, right? Everyone's going out, you're not. Everyone's partying, you're not. Everyone might be like winning, even when you're losing, if you come back. Everyone might say you're not going to make it. You got to feel like you're going to make it anyway. So every rule has my rule, a famous boxer quote, and then my breakdown. So people are like, I'm ADD, I don't read. Yeah, I read James Nestor and all those Breathe books, and even Atomic Habits, which are good books, but I got to read 300 pages to get. When I was a kid, I wanted the Cliff Notes. I didn't want to read all 300 pages. I was like, pass me the Cliff Notes. So mine is like most wisdom, not like is most wisdom per word, where it's heavy, heavy information. You read one sentence, put it away, and sit on it. So it's like my friends call them Jolieisms, just like the everywhere you go, there you are. So you read it and you sit on it and you just be with it for the day. Not a lot of read, but it's a lot to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second book is 1,000 questions to ask yourself. So then it's a workbook, which is all like answers and questions.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Like a book that you will fill out for the rest of your life. I really recommend, I mean, for anyone I want it for, but people who have kids that are 12 and older, 100% this is what they need. They're still reading Of Mice and Men and The Scarlet Letter and these two books. And I love, like, people will be like, in fitness, people are the first like, oh, I need to lose weight, I need to get in shape. And then like, oh, I have no time, and oh, I don't have money, but they just spend $20 on a drink. Someone will go spend $20 and ruin their health on a drink, but they won't spend $20 on a book that'll change their life. And then it's like, I don't know why they do that. They got to ask themselves why they do that. Like, why are they, and what is having them complain about, I need this, I want this, I do this. And then they buy the drink, and then they, buy the crap, or they're scrolling at night and fall for the ads on Instagram, but they don't buy the personal development that's going to change their life.
Absolutely. I would completely agree with you. And for listeners, where can they get those books from? Amazon? Okay. Okay, and
they can always send me a message on social media if they want, and I'll send them a signed one if they want a signed copy. But they're on Amazon as well, and all my social media, YouTube, everything is my name.
Okay.
So it's all under Jolie Glassman.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Nobody asked me when another one's coming. I'm just like, they're traumatizing to write for me. I'm not a natural writer. I'm just a natural teacher. But I got a few more books in me.
Good. For listeners who are ready to make a change, but they feel stuck, what are 3 actionable steps that you would say are good to start with, to take, to get to transform their mind, to get them going?
It's very overwhelming, and I get it. And people think that if they do one thing, everything changes and it starts the ball rolling. But I always compare it to phonics versus whole language. Like, you need every little detail has to be great, dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and everything has to shift. And then whole language of like the whole picture of what's shifting. So little things, when people are stuck and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I start? So much of what I teach is kick-ass morning routines and night routines. So bookends, the ends justify the means. So I start with people on their morning routine. I mean, I can give you 10 things that they could start with small, and then they choose maybe one that they take out. So, I mean, intermittent fasting, making their eating window smaller and their cleansing window bigger. So maybe now they're not eating after 7 o'clock at night. For sure, no eating 4 hours before bed. So that's something easy that they can do, whether they eat their crap or whatever they're eating, stop 4 hours before bed. Also, I recommend having a bedtime that's always the same, and you make a big one for bed, because I never valued, in our industry, in our world of humans, people are like, I only slept 5 hours. We like glorify not sleeping. And we need to, and we glorify like overworking, and like, I worked all night, and we need to glorify sleeping, because the sleeping, when I really, it went along with when I got into God and the spirit component, the sleeping is so important. So it would be not eating 4 hours before bed, having a bedtime that's as early as possible, somewhere around 9, 10 o'clock at night. They can do that. Having a turn down routine that would serve them. So whether it's like an NSDR, non-sleep deep rest, or like a Shavasana or a stretch, or something that they'll stick to, that they'll always do, even if it's 5 minutes, set a clock, 5 minutes. You could do a lot of stretching in 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is a long time. Morning routines, picking up a practice of meditation. So, and then everyone says, oh, I can't meditate. I try and I can't do it. And that's why I love repackaging things and teaching them to people, because I was the person that said I meditate and can't do it. Because what people don't realize is when they're trying to meditate and thinking they can't because they're trying, they're actually meditating. So meditation is that practice of feeling like, I'm not doing it. What am I doing? How am I doing this? My thoughts are going. Yes, your thoughts are always going to go, and you just sit there anyway. Like there's a gun to your head. Don't get up. So having that morning routine that serves you, whether it's stretching, whether it's a 5 minute breath work, download an app that'll have you doing breath work, and nothing that you'll do once or twice a week like laundry. We don't do like you do laundry twice a week. No, no, no. These habits are every day, never not and always. Like you don't make an exception. Nobody's pulling me away from my meditation. There could be a fire, I'll run out of the house and I go meditate. So meditation first. And then I think if they start with the cleansing window and the eating window, and they really start to get like, I am not eating now and I am in a cleansing window, they'll start to value their health a little bit more, where they're like, okay, no, I don't eat during these 12 hours. Okay, I am eating in these 12 hours. And then starting to think, like, if you really think of getting your 4 servings of vegetables or 4 servings of fruit or however you're going to do it with extra protein, when you're really thinking of what you are getting in, because I was a cookie monster. I love cookies. But now that I focus on the 30 grams of protein in every meal, by the time I get the 30 grams of protein in, I can't even get a cookie in. So it's like, I don't even want the cookie. There's no room for the cookie. So as much as I love cookies, there's just no room. So it's like the cookie loses every day because it's this, I ran out of room and the protein fills me up. So don't buy the stuff. Download an app. I have an app. It's called Yuka. You can scan everything and it tells you like the chemicals that are in the food. So be diligent when you're buying the food. Know that if you buy it, you're eating it. So it's like I remind myself, Jolie, you're buying it, you're eating it. And it sounds like such an easy concept, but like you think you're going to buy it. And then like, well, what are you going to do with all those cookies you just bought? What are you going to do with all those cereals you just bought? Do not go in the middle aisles of the grocery store. So whatever those little things you can do, like no packaged food Monday through Friday, no eating out Monday through Friday. Like eating out is the worst. Like food, you pay for poison. It's crazy. I'm like, I just paid for that. I went to this place the other day. I thought I was eating healthy. It was a Mediterranean place, and the chicken looked so great and it came out so fresh. And I hate eating out for this reason because I was like, oh, what do you cook your oil in? And he's like, the best corn oil. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to put this in my mouth. I was so upset. I'm never going back to that place again. And it's just like, people think I'm crazy and I don't really care, but I just have no interest in eating any food outside of my house because just for that perfect example where it looks like this healthy Mediterranean place, it was swimming in corn oil. So you can't really buy food on the outside that's clean. People think, oh, I went to the juicery. It's not organic. You're drinking pesticides. So I like to cook my food. I like to buy my food. I like to wash my food, scrub my food. I like to know what's going on in there. So I mentioned a lot of things that people could do. Pick one. Start with maybe the earlier bedtime, the not eating 4 hours before bed, making your cleansing window of no food bigger, and highly recommend a meditation practice. It transformed my life, meditation.
I completely agree. Meditation is a regular for me as well. And what I really started getting into is journaling, which it's been a while, but I never would, but I'm have now really gotten consistent with it. And like what a lot of people say about meditation, like they don't know how to do it or they don't know where to start. Like that's how I felt with journaling. Like I don't know what to write, but then all of a sudden it just like clicked, like literally just write what is going on in your head. It doesn't even have to make sense. It just like,
Do you do it before you meditate or after you meditate, or when do you journal, or at
I
night?
do it in the morning usually. I do it in the morning usually, meditate at night. So and it kind of varies, but I'm really getting into like staying grounded is like a huge focus because I can be all over the place. And just journaling grounds me, meditation grounds me, and so and I completely agree. We have some episodes that are like completely on sleep because like how the bedtime, I on my phone I have an alarm clock which is telling me to go to bed at 8:50 at night. Get ready for bed, go. Like and just like getting all of that, and also the meditation at night and listening to like meditation type music, and it really like brings me down for the day. And that is just, I mean, that's my time that works for me for meditating. So um but I would say I mean like everything that you talked about is 100% what I agree with as well too. Now, would you say for people that struggle with start as far as the fitness part goes, and working out, starting and stopping and starting, because I feel like so many people try to go balls to the walls, they get burnt out, and like, what is your tips that you would give the listeners just to stay consistent?
Well, I don't have it's okay to take a break, right? I'm a fitness freak, and fitness freaks don't have days off. We don't have back doors. We don't quit, right? If we quit in our workout, we might quit in the next one. Exactly. So we have non-negotiables. Like they are like, if I cheat in my workout, that is such a fear of mine because then I'm always going to cheat. If I quit in my workout, I'll always quit. So I don't give myself a back door to ever take off. So I have that with meditation. And then you would say, well, what if you took off? It wouldn't be a big deal if I did, because I know it's not a negotiable. It would have to be that fire that got me out. So they have to do it in such a way where they're going to stick to it and they honor. It's like, what if I don't honor myself today? I don't know. You're going to have a shitty day. You're going to start feeling it. Yes, it'll carry over. If I didn't meditate today, you wouldn't notice. But maybe I won't meditate the next day. Maybe there'll be another day I don't meditate. So I have it where it's not negotiable. I haven't mastered my sleep like that, right? But that's what my first chapter of my book is chasing the perfect punch. So like last night I ended up watching a movie and it was later, and then I have that excuse that I didn't get as much sleep. I gamify it with my Aura ring. So I hate getting a bad score. I love my sleep scores. I love seeing my HRV high. I love seeing that I got deep rest. If I didn't, I'll do a tapping exercise in the day, or I'll do more of like a relaxation shavasana in the day. But it's all about whether you honor yourself or you don't honor yourself. So I am very big. And if I'm going to honor you, I got to honor me first. And I don't dishonor myself. So there are no back doors.
Absolutely. So to me, yeah. And I like, for me,
have a coach.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah. So like if working out is something they're working towards, they need to get to that point where it's a non-negotiable. So whether they have to have a coach, something to keep them accountable, right? So they have a coach, or they're going to the gym and they're in group sessions, because they're not going to quit and walk out in the middle of a session. Most people don't. So they need to find what's going to work for them to make it a non-negotiable, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Like an accountability partner. For me, the thing that knowing doesn't make a difference. I know stretching makes me feel better, and then I skip it all the time. And then you'd say, why? It makes you feel so much better. You have all these injuries. I hate it. I don't know. I don't like it. I start to do it. I get up. Well, great. That's why I have accountability partners. That's why I have a coach that stays on me. Did you do your 3 minutes? Did you do your 5 minutes? Because the parts where I say I'm going to do it and it doesn't happen, well, how long am I going to say it? And when's it going to happen? So people need to get real with themselves and how bad do they want it in their life. So I won't put up with excuses. You're as successful as your integrity is. So if you say you're going to do something, you got to do it. Integrity is honoring your word and doing what you said you would do by when you would do it by. And you are only successful in the areas that you have integrity. So wherever your life is not working, integrity is missing. Period. End of story. So me, integrity is missing in my stretching department, and I don't have integrity in stretching. I say I'm going to do it. I don't do it. I say I'll do it for 5 minutes. I do it for 3. I have a coach. I'm still not good at it, and I have a coach. But someone has to stay on me for the stretching. Everything else I do, because how I do one thing is how I do everything. And I'm like, I dot my I's and cross my T's, and I'm a badass when it comes to taking care of myself. I hate doctors. I don't want to ask a doctor if something's right for me. I don't want to ask anyone if something's right for me. I want to learn God is inside of me. Like I have an unlimited intelligence inside of me, just like others. Like tap in and tune in and turn on to that and know that you are a pharmacy. So I like to tap into that. Like I just changed I used to do intermittent fasting for like 10 years where it was too much. And I just switched it all up where now I run to the kitchen and I have the protein in the morning. My whole life has changed. I had major brain fog and major fatigue in the afternoon. And I thought it was because I'm 51 and I'm in menopause. And if I went to the doctor, they would have given me hormones. Instead, I changed my eating, let food be your medicine, and now I feel like I drink, and I have no caffeine in my life. I feel like I drank like 4 espressos. I'm super wired, and it's food. That's what changed my life.
That's
food and time.
Yes. I should try that. Because I intermittent fast, and maybe I should look into the, yeah. I think I will.
Yeah, that's what just switched it up for me because I wasn't eating until like 1 in the afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it. It worked for 10 years. It worked. It was great. But then I would eat, and then I didn't make the correlation, which was so stupid. But I would eat, and then I'd wonder why 3 and 4 o'clock I was like exhausted. And then I'd get a pick me up and I'd do it again and I'd force myself to work out. And now I'm like wired because now I eat in the morning. I changed my window. I used to eat from 2 to 7. Now I eat a bigger window. I eat from like 8:30 to 5:30. So now I'm eating in like a 9 hour span, 9 or 10 hour span, and not eating for 14, 15 hours.
Okay. That
And
makes
it's
sense.
changed my life. It's way better.
Because your
Way,
food.
way better.
Okay. Food
I have
is your
no
energy.
ailments anymore. I have no pain anymore, which is amazing. Because before I had pain.
Okay.
Now I have no pain. But I'm really focused on getting that protein in.
Yes. That is
So
my.
weird for me.
No,
So not me before.
I know. That's like
This is me.
me too. Like my main focus right now is getting my protein in each day. And I agree, it fills you up and then you don't want the other stuff too. So
Yeah.
what is your favorite type of workout, or what is that you like to do yourself?
What do you think?
I mean, I'm assuming
Boxing.
Okay, yeah. Yes, and strength.
Boxing. All I want to do is box. So
that's
I do
awesome.
a shit ton of Pilates just so I can box because of my injuries.
Pilates?
But all I
Okay.
want to do is box.
Oh.
Yeah, I do a shit ton of Pilates because I did it to heal, right?
Yep.
So people who don't want, like, people don't realize when they have ailments and they go to the doctor or they have something and they go to the surgeon, like a surgeon's going to tell you need surgery, a doctor's going to tell you need meds because that's what they do. You can never leave a doctor without them telling you like you need a med. So I didn't want any of that. So you got to build your team of advisors. So when I had my accident, I was like, I don't want surgery. They told me I needed immediate fusion surgery, like immediate, like don't pass go, get your epidural and go into, and I believed them because I couldn't move. So I was like, wait a second, I don't want to do this. Let me get a new team. So I got a pelvic floor specialist. I did 3 Pilates certifications throughout this time. I got very into essential oils because I needed to calm my nervous system. I got into meditation. I followed Joe Dispenza till I did all his work. I became a Healy for him. So I did a lot that would be my team of advisors to have me not go to the doctor, not have surgery and all of that. And then my ultimate goal was to be boxing again because all I want to do is, I love insane energy. That's my whole thing. So I want to kick, I want to punch, I want to all of that. So I do Pilates so I can box because I have a torn labrum, I have 11 herniated discs, I got a lot of stuff. And it's okay. It's okay as long as you do. I do physical therapy twice a week. I do chiropractic twice. And I live in my team that helps me do what I want to do. I just came from boxing and dancing. I love dancing.
Nice. Awesome.
Dance before we box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, what an awesome conversation we had today.
Yeah.
Yes. So, before we leave today, can you tell everybody where they can find you? Like, what is your website? Where can they find you?
Yeah, so on my website is jolieglassman.com. I have group coaching. I have an adult group, and I have actually a teen group that I just started, which I love. And then I do individual coaching, but not as much as I don't really have slots for that. So it's more of my group coaching that they find me on. And you just go on my website, you book a first session. And all my social media is Jolie Glassman. My books, Jolie Glassman, my YouTube, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And I'm also going to
highly recommend people getting a coach so they stop complaining that things aren't working. So have a fitness coach, whatever it takes to be the badass of your own life. You definitely want to be the hero of your own story, and you don't want to die with regrets, and you want to know that everything is possible and you can have it all. And people that say balance is bullshit, don't listen to them, because you don't want a coach that teaches you balance is bullshit. You want someone that teaches you you can have it all. So follow the people that say that you can and that walk that walk, and have them infiltrate your life to start cleaning out. So when I coach people, it starts with like, we clean out your bedroom, we clean out your closet, we clean out your kitchen. We got to clean out shit. We got to get rid of the old for room for the new.
I would completely agree. I mean, I have coaches myself. I have a business coach. I have, so agreed. Everybody needs a coach in whatever area they want to excel in.
Several.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
maybe several.
Well, I'm also going to put Jolie's information in the show notes of the episode so you can find it there. And any finishing uh, tips you want to give, Jolie, to the listeners?
Just I really to be aware and that everything they think and do and put in their mouth is either giving them health or taking it away. It's either giving them energy or taking it away. So slow down enough to decide if you would like to take your health away, because that's what they're doing when they put the seed oils and the cookies. And I hate lines of like, not that bad or just one. And when your friend's like, you can have it, you haven't had any, or you would never put just a little sugar in your gas tank and think it would run. So like, stop treating your cars better than you treat your body, and don't listen to people that say, oh, it's not that bad and it's only one, and that give you these back doors to have excuses, because everything matters. So they can start now, because there is the one decision is their next decision, right? The best movement is your next movement. So to just stay in movement and keep going and keep pushing. And it's not about getting mad at yourself if you do something wrong, just don't do it. Don't do it.
Thank you. Yeah, get a coach, get a coach. Thank you so much for your amazing advice and tips today. If you all loved this episode, please share it with your friends, share it with a coworker, a relative. So many people can get so much good advice from today's episode. So until next time, keep moving forward, keep rewriting your story, and remember to get a coach, and you are stronger than you think. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.